channel. I'm quite a craft girl here, and today I have some more baking I'm doing. I've been baking, thankfully I have a day to do baking today. It's a bit of a cooler day, which is nice because we're having a lot of hot days lately, so it's nice to have a cool day to get some baking done because I've been wanting to do some. So today I'm going to be making some chocolate chip muffins. I love this muffin recipe. I got it online. It's kind of like make it your own recipe. Actually, you can kind of put any flavor you want into the muffins. It's kind of like a general recipe. I've tried a few different kinds, a little crazy for a while there. A lot of them did not work out very well, but the very simple basic ones we all know and love, like chocolate chip brand, stuff like that, it works really well for us. So that's what I'll be doing today, is a chocolate chip muffin. So without, let's not delay anymore, let's get right into this. Hopefully you can see there. Yeah, that looks pretty good there. Okay. I'll just zoom in for a little bit for you guys. There you go. Alright, so we're going to start with our dry ingredients. Got to get a spoon to mix this stuff, so I'll just grab it quickly. So what we're going to be combining is our flour, which we'll be needing 2.5 cups of. Now today I will not be using my stand mixer to mix this. When I got the recipe it said it's better to hand mix it, so that's what I've done with this. I've never used my stand mixer. You could use your stand mixer if you wanted to give it a try, but I don't recommend it. Alright, so baking soda. Baking a little bit, might have been had a drop or two of water on there. But it's all good. Our baking powder. And our sugar. There we go. Yeah. Now I usually use a spatula to mix because I find it's the easiest. You can use a spoon, like a silicone spoon like this, or we will be using a whisk later when we add the wet to the dry ingredients. We're doing all of that. Or, no, sorry, I'm mistaken. Ignore that. I will be using a mix later, but it's not for that. We want to combine these dry ingredients really well. Be careful. A little spray when you're mixing. Alright, that's pretty well mixed, I'd say. And so with that well mixed, we're going to put it to the side because we're going to be combining our dry ingredients next. Now I got a little smaller of a bowl because not as much of this one. So what we have is we're going to have 2 eggs, but you want to have these eggs beaten before you add them to the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to put them in a separate bowl. And I'm just going to beat them with a fork here. Now if you wanted to, you could do this in a little larger bowl, use a whisk, probably a little easier. For me though, because it's just the eggs I'm doing right here, just a fork works fine, I find. So just whisk it together, beat it together until the yolk and the whites are combined really well. I'm going to add that to our bowl here. Okay, next we have buttermilk. Now you can buy buttermilk in the store, but I make my own because I am lactose intolerant. So, and to date, I have not been able to find any lactose-free, dairy-free buttermilk. So what I do, I learned this little trick from another YouTuber. I can't remember who though, it's been a while. You take your milk, which I use my lactose-free milk that I have, and you add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And you just let that sit for 5 to 10 minutes. It's best if you let it sit for an hour plus, because that makes it just work better. But if you just prepping this ahead of time, you don't want to wait, it's fine. Just mix it before you start anything else, which is what I've done. That way it at least sits for at least 5-10 minutes so it's mixed together. Pretty good. We're going to add the buttermilk to that. We have our oil, which is half a cup. Oil. And then our vanilla, which I just need a single teaspoon. So I'm just going to use this from before. There we go. And now this is the part where we're going to be whisking. We whisk the wet ingredients together. Not when we combine, when we do the wet ingredients, that's when we whisk. So obviously you don't want to mix this together in too small of a bowl, because if you do that, then obviously when you go to whisk it's going to go everywhere. But as long as you're careful, the size will work. You just want to make sure this is really well mixed. Measuring utensils this size, we do not need them anymore. Let's see here. Yeah, it's pretty well mixed together and everything. Now that these are well whisked together, what we're going to be doing is combining our wet and dry ingredients. So I'll be using my spatula for that. And what I'm going to do, what I try to do at least, is you make a little, you push everything to the side, make it look like a little hole almost in the center, and that's where you pour your wet ingredients. That is my oven letting me know that preheating is done. I always preheat my oven before I start making anything. That way, by the time I want to put this stuff in the oven, it's already preheated and ready to go. And we're going to mix these together really well now. So basically you just want to mix this together really well until there's no clumps in it. This might be a little easier if you were to use a stand mixer, or if you have one of those electric hand mixers. Like I said, the recipe said to do it by hand, so that's how I've always done it. Just a little more, requires a little more effort, a little more work basically, just to mix it all together. It's starting to come together pretty good. Well, lumps are gone, I can tell. Yeah, that's pretty good, I'd say. Because next we're going to be doing is, this is the part where I add the chocolate chips. Now, like I said, this recipe can be used for multiple different kinds of muffins. So this would be the point where you add whatever flavor you're wanting to do. Today I'm just doing chocolate chips, so I have my bag of chocolate chips here. As I've said on the channel before, I don't measure my chocolate chips. I just pour in until I think that's the right amount of chocolate chips that I want. For anyone out wondering about, about the lactose-free thing of this, as I have said before, I'm lactose intolerant. There is lactose-free chocolate chips out there, or dairy-free. They're a bit harder to find, granted, but they are out there. So if you still love chocolate, you can find those. You might just need to take a look around. Depends what your area, wherever you are, has to offer you. A little bit more chocolate chips. Not even too much. Oh well. Yeah, it's a little too much I poured in there. Not the end of the world. It just means my chocolate chip muffins are going to be really chocolatey. But that's now pretty well mixed together there, I think. So now we're going to get a pan out. as most people know, you put your, you'd line your muffin pan, whatever you want to call it, with liners. Which I have done in the past. I always have lots of liners on me. It's not hard. It's pretty easy. That's what most people do. But me, I like to conserve on the environment and all that. So instead, I use Pam. And what you do, you just spray your sheet. I go both ways, make sure that each cup individually has a good coating all the way around. And well, not just conserving the environment, you're not using paper with this. You also, it makes it easier because I know a lot of people, I've had complaints before about having to peel off the layer of paper when they get their muffin out. It's kind of a pain. So if I make anything for anybody else, I usually do lose the paper liners because they're for other people. But just for me at home, I really don't care. So I will just use this method, and they bake just the same, honestly. It's not any different. As long as you spray it with the Pam, they come out nicely, or if you were to say to grease it with some butter would work too, probably. I just find the Pam spray is easiest, so that's why I do that. So I think I have everything here. I'll just give you a better angle there. See a little better. There you go. So next I've got my ice cream scoop. And what we're going to do is just scoop my ice cream scoop into the muffin tray. Just like that. Nice and moving. And I find an ice cream scoop works perfect. It gives you just the right amount. Because I know a lot of muffin recipes say out there only fill it to about half full. And I find you can do that, and that's fine. But I find when you do that, it only bakes to just over the line. But I like a nice, more fluffy muffin. So I find when I do this amount, it gives it a nice big muffin. I've actually been on the hunt for those muffin trays that are bigger, like the huge size, so that I can make huge muffins. I haven't yet been able to find them. I found one place selling them once, but they were a bit high for my price range, so I did not get them at that. But I'm still on the hunt. Now I'm down to the last little bit of my bowl, so there's no point really using my cookie scoop at this point because I'm just going to be scraping the bowl, and the last of it will go into that muffin. So that a lot of times when I do this, that last muffin will end up being a little smaller for that reason, but it's okay. Like I said, a lot of times this is just for me, so if you're just making it for yourself at home, obviously make it to your preference. If you prefer using a liner, go right for it. I just find this method's a little easier, and like I said, it conserves, and it's nice. I like it. So we're going to take this over to our oven. Alright. Here we go. I'm just going to put this in the muffin. I'll put it on the bottom shelf. There we go. So we're going to bake these for 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm just going to set my timer. I'm going to set for 20, and then at 20 we're going to check them. So we'll be back when we go to check on our muffins. Alrighty here. So as you can see, my timer just went off for the 20 minutes, and we're going to check on our muffins here. Ooh, they're looking good. Sorry, there we go. But as you can see, they're still very white looking. You want that nice browny color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate them, because it's good to rotate them if you can. You don't have to, but if you do, it's good. Because you see how it's starting to burn a little bit in this edge? We didn't have that on the other ones. That's why it's good to rotate them. We're going to put those back in. And I'm going to add another 5 minutes, and then we'll check when it's at that. And if it needs more time, we'll do that then. But for now, let's put a little more time on these. Alrighty then, so my timer has gone off again. I think they're done. Ooh, yeah, they look done. Look at that. Oh, my oven mitt doesn't want to stay on. There we go. Ooh, those look so good. And see how they're nice and poofy. Another thing I love about this recipe, it gives you nice poofy muffins. So they're nice, got a nice golden brown color as you can see to them. I'd say that that's done. If you want, you can always double check. Stick a toothpick in there. I hit a bit of chocolate. It's not all battery and yucky. It means it's good. This one had a little chocolate on it. Obviously I hit a chocolate chip. Check another one. Yeah, it's good. So I'd say these are good. Nice brown to them. They look pretty good. Pretty warm, so obviously you want to let them sit, but I just want to show you what I mean with the pan. Chocolate chip's sticking a bit, but just comes right out. Nice and easy, right? Obviously I'm going to let these cool. I was a bit warm to the cha-cha still because I just took them out, so wait to cool, then take them out. But yeah, that's it. Super nice. I think it's a fairly easy recipe, not too hard, and they're really delicious, trust me. So I'll put the recipe in the description below for you guys as always, and I hope you enjoy and have fun making them. Stay tuned for more baking videos. I'm trying my best to keep them up. It's difficult more in summertime because obviously I don't like to bake on warmer days, but I will do my best. Thanks for joining me again. I hope you have a good day and see you next time. Bye.